Hello, my friends, and here is chapter 4 of Thorfinn and the Raging Raiders by David Macphail and Richard Morgan. Thorfinn's best friend, Velda, was waiting for him outside. "Good morning, Mrs. Skullsplitter," she called into Freya, who was too busy to reply. Velda was as fearsome as she was skinny, and her enormous helmet wobbled around on her tiny head. Normally she carried a giant axe, but today she was practicing her swing with a polo stick, because they had an elk polo match later that morning. "What's wrong, Thorfinn?" she asked as they headed out of the village of Ingar, through the forest and up the hill, with Percy fluttering from branch to branch above. "Don't tell me your brothers wrecked the house again." "I'm afraid they did, old pal." "I bet your mum's pretty angry. I don't know how she puts up with it." "I've never seen her so fed up," said Thorfinn. "I'm not sure what to do." Velda drummed her fingers on her chin. "I could wallop them. Your brothers, I mean. With my polo stick. Do you want me to wallop them for you?" "Many thanks for the offer," replied Thorfinn. "I always appreciate your advice, but I'm not sure walloping them is the answer." Velda shrugged. "Well, always works for me." She swung her polo stick and belted a rock into the sky. Pock! A bit like this. "Perhaps Oswald will know what to do," said Thorfinn. Oswald was an incredibly old man with an incredibly long beard and an incredibly loud and whiny voice. He was the village wise man, and he lived in a hut in the woods. Oswald ran the village school, which had just two pupils, Thorfinn and Velda. For most Vikings, school was simply a way of ruining a perfectly good day's sword fighting, spear fighting, fist fighting, or indeed any other sort of fighting. Velda would also rather be out fighting. She only went to school because Thorfinn's father had made her keep a promise to keep Thorfinn out of trouble. That and Oswald's free homemade pancakes. "Now then," said Oswald, pouring out pinecone tea, "we're studying geography today." Velda groaned. "Oh, I hate geography." "You say that about every subject we do, which is a great pity," said Oswald, "because you can learn a lot at school. This, for example." Oswald pulled out a string with a small metal fish dangling on the end. An N was carved into its nose, an S onto its tail, and an E and a W on each side. "Do you know what this is?" Thorfinn's eyes brightened. "It's a compass, isn't it?" "It is indeed," said Oswald. "It's magnetic, so the fish's nose always points north." "So what?" said Velda. "North is cold, south is hot, west is the sea, and east is not. What else is there to know?" "Ah, but say, for example, your longship is stuck in fog in the middle of the sea. The compass tells you exactly which direction is which." "My father had a compass," said Velda. Her shoulders slumped. Fat lot of good it did him. Velda's father, Gunga the Navigator, was one of the worst navigators in Viking history. He'd set off one day to search for the New World and had never been seen again. Oswald raised his eyebrows and handed the fish to Thorfinn. "There, that's for you to practice with. And this..." He plucked a small brown cylinder from his robe and passed it to Thorfinn too. "This is a spyglass. If you look at things through it, they appear closer than they are, which can be useful at sea." "How interesting. Thanks, old friend," said Thorfinn. "And do you have any suggestions for how I can help my mother now that my brothers are home?" Oswald scratched his head for a moment. He was so deep in thought, he dropped the pancake he'd been holding on the floor and trod on it. The jam and cream splurged out from under his sandal. He didn't even notice. "The lot of Viking mothers is a tricky one. They're expected to be as tough as men, to wrestle with elks and tame wolves, yet at the same time they must care for their children, look after their husbands, hunt and cook the food, clean the house and make the clothes." "All the rubbish stuff," declared Velda through a mouthful of pancake. "It's not fair. Why are women expected to do all that?" She turned to Thorfinn, fuming. "Are you sure you don't want me to wallop your brothers for you?" Thorfinn politely shook his head. "I quite agree with you, though. It isn't fair. We should share household tasks. It shouldn't all be down to poor mother. You'll have a problem persuading your father and brothers, said Oswald. If you ask a Viking man to do housework, he'll laugh at you. If you're lucky. He might also lop your head off. I did ask, said Thorfinn, and they did laugh. Oh, pretty please, can I wallop them? Said Velda. No, dear pal, said Thorfinn. I'll find another way. Come on, we'll be late for our elk polo match. Said Oswald, rubbing his chin again. He looked around. Now, where did I put that pancake of mine? Okay, folks, that's chapter 4. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.